What we have here is a CYBERPOWERPC. It's a Ryzen 5 3600 paired with an RX 580 GPU. I bought this last Christmas time of 2019 for $600. And since then I've done a few upgrades. It came with just a tiny puny stock cooler, so I went ahead and I put a Hyper 212 RGB Black Edition from Cooler Master, and you can see that. Moving on to the RAM, it only came with a stick of 8 gigabytes, and I think it was rated at 2800 megahertz, so I went ahead and I bought a 2x8 kit of 3200 megahertz, and doing just fine right there. It came with a micro ATX board, B450M AC motherboard, and it seems to be doing just fine. It's handling all the power that it needs to handle. Going back to the upgrade, that RX 580 is no longer in there. I gave my son my 1660 Super when I upgraded my rig, and this thing is a 1080 killer.
I'm the man up in this piece!
Obviously that 3600 with the 1660 Super. Power supply for the CYBERPOWERPC, they didn't cheap out on it. It was gold rated. It does have the ketchup and mustard cables though, but you know, what are you gonna do, right? But at least they didn't cheap out. It came with a 240 gigabyte ADATA boot drive, along with the 2 terabyte Barracuda drive, the 7200 RPM. And as far as I can tell, the case itself is a Fantex 360X, I believe. So it's got decent airflow with the slits on either side. And then there's a hole towards the bottom of the case for air to come in for circulation. You can see the RGB fans. It came with 3. The 2 in front as intakes, the 1 in the rear as the exhaust. And then also after the fact, I put in 2 white LED exhaust fans on the top just to give this thing extra airflow. And I took out all the dust filters. And I end up cleaning this thing about once a week by just blowing out the dust and wiping it down. And if you're into RGB, you can see up here, you got 2 buttons that you can play around with. Yay fun if you're into RGB. Actually, it is pretty cool. But anyway, CYBERPOWERPC, I've had good luck with this. I've built a few computers myself, and when I saw this for $600 last Christmas season, I knew that Ryzen 5 3600X would be a great gaming CPU for my son, so I picked it up and did a few upgrades over the month just to kind of maximize what this PC can do. But all in all, I'm pretty happy with the store-bought PC, because I know some of y'all out there are debating, should I build one or should I buy one? I've done both, and it's just your personal preference. Hey folks, thanks for watching. If you found any of this information useful, make sure to give me a thumbs up, and don't hesitate to subscribe if you want to see future content. And as always, I will see you in the next video.